Okay. Alright. A lot better, thank you. Yeah, I guess so. Can you hear my voice like if I'm this far away? Like if there was someone talking? If I'm like right here, can you hear my voice? Like right here, can you hear it? Yes? Okay. Hello?
Who are you with?
I'm just by myself on YouTube right now. They said there's no big media publications here.
NBC.
NBC came? A local? Okay. But nothing national. Yeah.
Harrisburg's not going to let in national.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, yeah, just streaming on my own.
Just curious.
Yeah, definitely. Paid singers. Well, if they're paid, you would think they sing better, so. I should ask someone to debate me on Charlie Kirk.
USA! 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 USA!
Greenland! Greenland! Yeah. It's raining. It's a shame. Good thing rain's not real. Of course, the Republican government turned on the weather machines to try and stop this. Of course they do that. Disgusting. They turned on the weather machines just for this. Tell people who I am. I'm no one. If they want to come in, I'll make myself look welcoming. I'll smile. See, I'm like, dude, if I run for like a Congress type of thing, really good for advertising, you know? Like, I go through events and be like, yeah, I'm running for Congress. Interview with me. Let's talk about some issues, baby. I'll have my backpack. I'll have my, I do look different. Well, yeah, my webcam setup is apparently terrible. Apparently my webcam is really bad, so. See, I can't have someone do an interview and there's like 14 people watching. There's only 14 watching. You will not comply. You will not one ply. Might make a good short. We'll start doing some campaign talk. 14 real ones. It is true. It is 14 real ones. The camera quality is pretty good, actually. It's not a bad setup. Thank you. Grandma, she's hands off medic. It's still worth it for the documentation. That is true. What kind of campaign speech can you give? So right now, I don't even know what this is. Hands off? Is it hands off for Constitution? I think that's what they're chanting. Algorithm boost the anti-Trump and anti-Elon stuff. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm a YouTuber. I'm not from a news organization. Well, in Pennsylvania, the rural areas are very red. Some suburbs are a little bit red. You have Center County with like State College, that'll be more blue, more in the middle. Erie, that area is more blue. Actually, that's like moderate. Those are swing districts. And then you have Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, that are very blue. On the East Coast, you have a lot of cities up and down, like Scranton, very blue area. A lot of suburbs around Lehigh Valley, that'll be blue as well. Everything in between is like 90%, 80%, 70% red. But those are the very, very small, like coal towns. If you want to say there's Appalachia in Pennsylvania, those coal towns would be the very red parts. but it is a very diverse mix of opinions. And you have to remember, even in those areas that are 70% red or 60% red, there's still 35% or 40% of people that are blue, voting blue, even in weak elections. And there's no organization at all from Democrats here. So. Well, it's like also being at these events, you see some people wearing masks. It's really interesting seeing kids wearing masks because it's like you don't want your kid's face recorded, but you're also bringing your kid to a very, very fired up political rally. But imagine having like a 12-year-old, 11-year-old, 10-year-old, 14-year-old, whatever, and they're like excited to go to a political rally. They're wearing a mask, like they're down for the cause. I'm not sure who fundraises or who brings like the speakers and the microphone. That's one question I do have about these protests because I'm not really sure. You guys worry about the short-term volatility, but long-term we will thrive. To say that, you have to have no understanding of how this stuff works. There's not a singular, there is not one nation in human history. Just a second. There's not one economy in human history that's benefited from tariffs. There's not one. There's not one example. Especially not tariffs at this suicidal level that they're at right now. Yeah, we really got big business. You see my nose. Drop some bars. No. His plan is to eventually have no tariffs. Oh, so we're doing a bad thing now so we can not have a bad thing later. You know what? We will improve after we have the bad thing, like, not anymore. Once we get rid of the bad thing, it'll get a lot better. It'll get a lot better if we get rid of the bad thing, you're right. We should do that policy that led to the Great Depression, but 10 times what it actually was. That's really smart idea. Due process, equal protection for all people. No king since 1776. Never too good for the bars. You're saying lock him up. And Trump's saying that Marine Le Pen in France is targeted by the deep state. If anyone ever says the words, the deep state is targeting me, they have done something very illegal. Every time. Also, a big point to make as well, you don't see conservatives protesting things very often. And that ties to them not having an understanding of how the systems work. They benefit from many things they don't really understand in society. So like weekends, labor laws, regulations for clean air, clean water. And the conservatives of the old I mean, Nixon helped reinforce like the EPA and a bunch of other organizations. Reagan spoke about immigration being a positive thing. You know, immigration can be good. They did not demonize immigrants. You know, trade in general. Can trade hurt a country? Yeah. Can it help a country? Yeah. Is America richer because of trade? Very much so. Yes, we're richer because of trade. If the working people in America did not get benefits from that, then it's an issue with the system. We need to redistribute that money so we can all benefit from it. Listen, Scott said, I tried to have a conversation to get made fun of by 4 people. Scott, if you can't handle shit talk or trash talk because you said something stupid, go cry. Go cry, be a baby. Get out of modern society, go cry in your room. Play a video game where you can handle the characters because they're controlled by a predetermined system. I'm sorry there's difficult decisions and difficult conversations in life, but you need to grow up and face it, and grow up and have tough conversations. Don't stop crying. Don't come into my stream and cry about that. Don't be a baby. This victim mentality is terrible. Someone says, you know, we don't like. Someone says, if we say that, if we say tariffs are not good, they'll say, but we need to bring back American manufacturing. It's like, okay, well, the unemployment rate since we had trade deals is lower now. So we replace those jobs with higher paying jobs, mostly service jobs, okay? We still have manufacturing. If you want to increase manufacturing, we still can be anti-tariff. I don't know why you say we need to bring back manufacturing when we say we're anti-tariff. They're not connected. If you want to bring back manufacturing for national security purposes, for other purposes, it still doesn't mean you do tariffs to destroy the economy. If anything, you use the benefit of global trade, use those resources to bolster your internal manufacturing, base level manufacturing. If you really want to boost that, you go back and restructure your entire trade program. That's what you would do. You would use the resources from that to increase manufacturing in America. You would not do tariffs and crash the global economy for no reason. So we can have lower interest rates so the ultra-rich can buy up more of America. Short-term pain is stupid. It's like saying we want to cook a steak. And, you know, instead of cooking the steak with a grill, we're going to burn the whole house down. And we come up saying, hey, buddy, don't burn the house down. Don't burn the house down. Don't burn the house. It's like, oh, you don't want me to cook the steak? You said don't burn the house down. I'm burning your house down to cook my steak. But it's like, hey, maybe we can cook the steak without burning the house down. That's tariffs. Tariffs are burning the house down to cook a steak. But if you're a good leader, if you have an ability to lead and make actual decisions, you can say, hey, there's another way to cook the steak, another way to do this that's not going to kill our house and burn our house down in the process. We're not arguing against the point. You can say certain manufacturing should be brought back to America for national security purposes. Economically, Americans are not going to want to work for $2 an hour. They don't want to work for $2 in shoe factories. But we can manufacture trade in a way that works for everyone. No.
I thought you were a reporter who talked to me not like last summer. You look like it.
Thank you. I'm mostly Italian in my 23andMe, but
This guy was a Spanish reporter.
I know. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. We're going back to the shorts. We're going back to the YouTube shorts. Good luck.